Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome into your Fast Track to 7. My name is Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Alex Larson. A Rochester man accused in a 2021 fatal shooting in Moorhead has been found guilty of murder in Minneapolis. Minneapolis police say they responded to a reporting of a shooting near U.S. Bank Stadium on the night of December 30th. That's where they found 26-year-old Jeremy Ellis with gunshot wounds sitting inside a running vehicle. He died at the scene.
After an investigation, Minneapolis police arrested Idris Haji Mohammed and booked him into the Hennepin County Jail. Haji Mohammed also facing a first-degree murder charge in Clay County tied to the deadly shooting of Abdi Mohammed Abdi in a Moorhead apartment parking lot back in September of 2021. New this morning, 2 people from Clinton, Minnesota seriously injured after a rollover crash in Big Stone County last night.
Minnesota State Patrol says the crash happened shortly before 7 when a Buick Rendezvous was traveling southbound on U.S. Highway 75. That's when it lost control and rolled. The driver, identified as 40-year-old Ko Joseph, and his passenger, 32-year-old Smileen Singhu, suffered life-threatening injuries and were taken to an area hospital for treatment.
State Patrol says neither of them were wearing a seatbelt at the time and that alcohol was a factor in the crash. We now know the name of the Grand Forks man who was hurt after his vehicle was hit by a train yesterday.
State Patrol says 36-year-old Theodore Kromptich suffered non-life-threatening injuries when he was driving a sedan northbound on the Highway 75 bypass around 4:20 p.m. That's when he crashed with a BNSF train heading eastbound at a railroad crossing. A Moorhead man at the center of an arson and domestic abuse investigation has been sentenced, and the victim's family isn't too excited about the outcome.
Live in studio this morning to break it all down is the Valley Today's Tatum Miller. Good morning, Tatum.
Good morning, guys. So as a part of a plea deal, Sean Aaron Holtz will serve 5 years supervised probation. He was released yesterday after 220 days behind bars. He had been in custody since September of 2023 when he was arrested at a Moorhead home along 7th Avenue South, which police say he had set on fire before going in and assaulting a woman. When officers arrived, they found Aaron Holtz on the roof of the burning building, where he remained for an hours-long standoff. Yesterday, Valley News Live was able to see the inside of the house, where you can see the extent of the damage. The victim's family also told us they think Aaron Holtz's sentencing is not enough.
This is going to happen again. He's going to be back in court and maybe somebody will lose their life.
Addressed the family in court and said he's sorry for any pain he's caused. He also said he was back to taking his medication and focusing on improving his mental health.
All right, thank you for the live update this morning, Tatum. 6:53 here on your Fast Track to 7, and it is a busy start outside. We are sending things right on over to meteorologist Lisa Green for a check-in. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning. And today we've got wind, we've got rain, we've got thunderstorms greeting many of us here this morning. And today is kind of the day where we see our best bet for precipitation this week into tonight, even into Wednesday, especially Wednesday morning. We'll have those chances for rain continue. And then we get a break for the weekend. So here's a look at what to expect as you're stepping outside right now. A few areas of rain happening. One that's over by Minot and Bismarck, a larger area of rain there. Another one moving into southern parts of the valley, Wheaton, Elbow Lake, the Fergus Falls area, and points south and east from there. And then there's a line that's riding right along Highway 2 right now, stretching from around Crookston back through Grand Forks and then up over toward Devil's Lake, though that line is moving northward, so it's starting to exit Devil's Lake for the moment. You can see another round of thunder showers moving their way northward too, and there is lightning associated with it. I don't have our lightning data turned on so we could see the radar, but anywhere where you're seeing yellow and orange or red, that's where you might be dealing with some lightning here this morning. Fargo-Moorhead has been relatively quiet, but we are watching southward for this area of rain right along the state line and back into west central Minnesota that continues to push north too. So watching out for soaking rain in the valley. This is our view right now at the Dakota Magic Casino. Not a great view. The camera's shaking because of the wind as well. That's the other issue for today. Grand Forks, Devil's Lake reporting rain. Fargo's at 56 degrees. It's 46 in Grand Forks. Notice our wind, steady speeds into the 20s, but we're already getting gusts into the 30s and even up to 40 miles per hour, and it goes up from there. So bus stop, not a pleasant place to be here this morning. Don't want the kids waiting out at the bus stop if you've got some lightning and thunder in the vicinity. But you can see rain showers greeting them to start and to end. Umbrella, don't bother today because of the wind. You'll just want the raincoat and the rain boots here. Speaking of the wind, here's a look at the forecast. So morning hours, we're seeing some gusts getting into that 40 mile per hour range out of the east or south, east, southeast. And then heading into noon, that's when we're really ramping up. We're seeing gusts around 50 miles per hour higher. Now, not everybody will gust that high, but the potential is there, especially in those areas where we are in the advisory in the southern end of the valley and to the east. And this carries on into drive time too. So anywhere where we've got the wind and the rain, that's going to be really unpleasant with wind-driven rain affecting us here today. Continuing on into Wednesday, some showers in the morning. Those taper off, and you can see the cool down we're in the midst of. By the weekend, we'll be into the 40s for highs, morning lows into the 30s coming up here, and we'll recover next week, but definitely a big change from this past weekend. And the rain welcome, but watch out for the lightning, watch out for that wind. That's going to be pretty tough in areas where we're seeing those gusts around 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, smiling because we need the rain, but whoa, a little too active for my taste this morning. Wow.
Exactly. And again, we've been saying this all morning. If you hear thunder, stay inside. Let that thunderstorm pass before you step out if you can this morning.
Yeah, incredible warning.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
Donald Trump's historic criminal trial in New York officially beginning yesterday. Trump is the first former president to stand trial on criminal charges.
The charges relate to Trump's first run for president in 2016. Prosecutors allege he took part in a scheme to suppress scandalous stories about him in the run-up to Election Day.
Trump is required to be present for the entire trial, which could last as long as 8 weeks. He's pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records.
The state of Minnesota recently receiving over $13 million in funding to build more snow fences along I-94.
And with more fences on the way, the Minnesota Department of Transportation says they're focused on maintaining the ones they currently have as well. Officials say they routinely monitor those fences for any damage that may occur throughout the year.
The fences are designed to withstand weather conditions pretty well, so often they're damaged by vehicles running off the road. But when damage does happen because of weather, it can take up to 3 weeks for crews to repair them.
If it's a minor repair, we can usually get out there, anytime after a snowstorm, or in the summer, if it's due to wind or whatever, we would get out there as soon as we could. If we're dealing with plowing and snow actively, then you just have to wait till that event's over.
Scalene says the snow fences have made a big impact, reducing crashes during snowstorms, especially in the section of road between the Red River Bridge and Highway 336.
We have some possible traffic impacts for anyone driving on I-94 east of Moorhead over the next couple of weeks. Alternating lane closures began yesterday for people going eastbound near milepost 10. The DOT is repairing County Road 17's overpass bridge.
The lane closures are going to stay in place overnight, even when workers are not there. An automated traffic signal will control traffic on County Road 17, and drivers are going to have to take turns crossing the bridge. And it's about to get loud at a construction site in Moorhead. The city says as of yesterday, people within the area around the 11th Street construction project site may feel vibrations and hear loud noises from pile driving.
The work will continue off and on for the next several months. Teams will be on site to monitor those vibrations, but if you are close to the construction site, they suggest you move your fragile items away from the edges of shelves. And if you have any further concerns at home, you can contact the project hotline. The number is there on the bottom of your screen. We also have that number for you on this story available on our free VNL News app.
Some North Dakota students are being recognized for their artwork, designing Earth Day patches for the North Dakota Game and Fish Department.
More than 2,000 students from across 100 separate schools entered the big contest. And we have a look at the winners. Ella Hogginson from Leeds winning the kindergarten through 4th grade category. That's what's on your screen.
Hers was also chosen as the overall winner and will be made into the 2024 Earth Day patch. Very cool. Isla Anderson from St. John's Academy in Jamestown is the 5th through 8th grade winner. Hers is on the left-hand side of your screen.
And then Deegan Kirschman from Barnes County North won the 9th through 12th grade age group. That's the design on the right part of your screen. Now, kids and adults who help clean up public lands will get the patch. You can also get one for planting trees, bushes, or pollinator plants. Congrats to all.
Good news for those tuning in for Billy Joel's 100th consecutive sellout performance the other day. CBS is going to re-air that broadcast from Madison Square Garden after it was cut short for viewers.
Everybody was in that uproar. Sunday night, he was in the middle of his hit song Piano Man when a network error occurred. And that happened with all local news all over the country, and it began cutting out. So CBS has now said that it will re-air the concert on April 19th at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock our time. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, everybody, on your Tuesday. If you're heading out, stay safe.